All right, I hit it. I hit
that motherfucker.
I hit the motherfucker. Hello, everybody. Welcome to No Talent Required. I'm Gary. He's Jenks.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
First and foremost, if this sounds like shit, we apologize. We're having some more technical issues, so we are recording this directly into a phone that is half dead with the battery, with no microphone.
We'll get through it.
Yeah, we're gonna get through it.
Yeah, we've been away from each other for a while. We needed this. We just needed this little pick-me-up of a social interaction.
I'm not going to co-sign any of that because we could very well be hanging out like without this. We just choose not to. In fact, here's what happens, and this is something. And listen, I used to think it was my fault because I don't want to do anything or leave my house ever. But you've invited just in the last 30 days, you've invited me to 3 things.
Yep.
I've invited you to like 3 or 4 things, and we keep saying no. And you know, I'm lying to you every time, and I don't believe you're fucking telling me the truth either.
First of all, I am telling you the truth. The last thing you invited me to was like, hey,
let's go walking.
You want to go walking? And I'm all, nah.
Yep.
That's not a lie.
Well, okay,
I was
for no reason.
I don't want to go.
It's for no reason. Why? You say, let's do it. Let's go do something. And I say, hey, yeah, let's look. We got matching bucket hats on right now.
Yeah, we do have matching bucket hats.
We should be doing something together besides this.
And we will.
I brought sunscreen.
I saw that.
Spray it on. It's Banana Boat. Only top of the line. Spare no expense.
Is Banana Boat at the top of the line?
I don't know.
What's Copper Tone?
Yeah, Copper Tone's probably top of the line. But this is at least...
You're bringing me second tier sunscreen.
It's what I use. It's my preferred tier. I prefer the Banana Boat. I prefer the spray on.
I don't like being that close to the, like, it's like going to a sporting event. I don't like being up front. Put me in the back. Second tier.
Closer to the parking lot.
We're getting out of here. It's third quarter, nothing's happening.
If it's a blowout, I'm leaving. There's no point to wait and watch your team get their asses kicked. Listen to the rest on the radio like my grandpa used to. Okay, so we are wearing matching bucket hats. Jenks asked if I wanted one.
After you were making fun of me and the little sis for having them?
Okay, here's what happened. Jenks was so proud about his stupid-ass bucket hat that he posted some pictures.
All right,
I have a feeling
let's just get right to the sports update then.
Hold on though. I have a feeling that you're going to post yet another picture of you and another asshole in a bucket hat.
Posted it on the No Talent Required Facebook page just now.
Oh, is it up there?
Yep.
Well, there you go. No Talent Required Facebook page, which I don't ever check or look at.
It keeps giving me notifications like,
people
hey, you haven't posted in a while.
It keeps giving me notifications that people are going to it. And I'm like,
people
why?
are going to it, but they're telling me like, you've had 1 new visitor this week.
It's me. It's either me or you on the other side. Okay, just checking to see if we're recording. I can't touch it, Jenks, because this time when I touch it makes a very annoying sound. But we're still going.
Yeah,
that's good.
We're getting this going. Yeah, let's get right to sports update. So as you know, our local Visalia Rawhide were the first half champions.
Again, makes no sense to me.
But in the second half, we find ourselves down a game.
Wait, okay, hold on.
The dastardly
question. What happens if they completely suck and they don't what happens then?
In the second half?
Yeah.
Oh, we're automatically in the playoffs right now because we won the first half.
So who gives a shit? Stay home.
Stay home?
I mean, no, if I'm the players, like I'm not gonna run as hard.
Either way.
I'm not gonna run.
We find ourselves a game down, so I head to this game.
Right.
Trying to tie things up.
Is this the game where you bought these hats?
Yep. It was also picnic day, which means this is very important, especially if you know how concession stands work.
What? Who doesn't know how concession stands work?
I'm talking about the blow up of pricing that is like a $5 hot dog. Like, get the fuck out of here.
You know what? First of all, that's terrible. Yep. Everyone's going to agree with you here. But also, who doesn't know how concession stands work?
Just letting you know, but during picnic day, you bring your own food. Oh, hell yeah.
You can do that anyway.
Not really. No, this is like you can bring a whole ice chest full of various different fast food joints.
I think you can do it anyway.
You can't.
Okay, you know more than I do.
It's against the rules.
Okay.
This is why it's picnic day. This is why it's okay. You can't bring your own alcohol, unfortunately. But, yeah.
Wow, not much of a picnic.
I know.
Can't bring your own. Can you bring your own Arnold Palmer?
Yes.
Can you bring your own Kiki Palmer?
Yep.
If you invited her,
yeah.
she can come?
Yep.
What's a Kiki Palmer? We should make her a drink. What would you put in a Kiki Palmer? She, by the way,
tea with lime.
she seems fucking delightful.
I don't know who Kiki Palmer is.
Kiki Palmer is an actress. She was on on one of the Nickelodeon kids shows, but then she was in that movie.
Explains why I don't know.
Her most famous movie, like mainstream movie, would be the one where she was the female quarterback and Ice Cube was the coach, or possibly her father. She was on a bunch of different television shows.
I've never seen that movie. Are you fucking... There's a movie where Ice Cube has a female daughter quarterback?
Either his daughter or he's just the coach. He's teaching her how to throw a goddamn spiral, but she's like that was like her first...
Are we there yet?
No. Man...
Ice Cube plays a football coach.
Or her father. I don't know. I didn't see the movie. Anyway, she's been very active on like Facebook and stuff lately because she's on the new season of Scream, which is on VH1 for some. Like, okay, you're already
from MTV.
You're already an MTV show, which is not the top of the heap, right? Then you get downgraded to VH1. I don't know who's gonna watch this fucking show, and I think Kiki Palmer
is gonna be on the MTV Pluto channel next.
I think Kiki. I hope so, because I'm not watching fucking VH1. I think Kiki Palmer knows that Noah's gonna watch this, so she is all over the Facebook. And you know what?
Pushing her hard. Yeah.
Just delightful with the. She seems like she needs a drink. Let's make her something.
So anyway.
Okay.
We had a good. Our starting pitcher had a really good outing.
What's his name?
I was gonna look it up before.
What an asshole!
Yeah. They don't put their names on the jerseys, so I don't know.
What?
Yeah, because they reuse them, man. Like, it's a small team. You don't get to keep a jersey when you.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard so far. They reuse the jerseys.
Of course they do.
I'm surprised we don't have to return these fucking bucket hats.
These were on sale. So anyway,
you don't say.
We were. So he had 5 strikeouts his first 2 innings, like really coming together, and then he hit a batter, got him on base. Mm-hmm. Then the next guy hit a home run, and that put us in the hole, which we just did not climb out of. So we lost 4-3, making us 2 games down.
Wow.
On the second half charts.
And it doesn't matter, right?
Not really, no.
This has been your local sports.
But then when you get there and you get the game card, they get like right on the front was like, oh, today's special, $15 bucket hats, and I was all.
This cost you $15?
Yeah.
You spent $30?
Spent $45. Got my little sister one.
I hope she did what I'm refusing to do right now, which is not pay you for this hat.
No, of course not. This is a gift, sir.
I appreciate the gift.
It's a gift.
I'm now forcing you to come someplace with me after this, wearing this fucking hat. Spend $45 on these hats.
Yeah.
By the way, I was hoping that this hat would make me cooler. I'm sweating already inside this fucking hat.
Oh, really?
And I'm not taking it off.
It wicks the sweat off. Feel that material. Oh, yeah.
It does. It's a nice material. I bet it takes care of the rain pretty good, too.
Mm-hmm. So you say $15 a lot. That's half off retail.
Well, $30 is an insane
There's no way
price.
in hell I would pay $30 for it. I paid $30 for my other hat, the Toros one.
Well, that's
a profit, though.
Aside from the fact that it looks very stupid, it's an actual hat.
Yeah.
like you can wear that hat places.
I've worn this around.
That's ridiculous. How are you wearing this hat around? What do you mean around? Around your house you wear this?
No, out doing errands.
What errands?
I had to go buy my mom's birthday gift the other day.
Please tell me you got her one of these hats.
No, she did one of these hats.
Oh, didn't deserve. It's not one of those milestones.
She was against me getting you a hat because she's still upset with you about some stuff you said about my dog or something like that.
Oh, your mom doesn't like my takes on your dog?
No.
Huh? Oh,
she gets very upset about it for some reason.
Okay. You know what? Suck it. Does she listen to this? Does she listen?
She does not.
Well, how the fuck does she know what I said about your dog?
On Facebook, I'll post something about the dog, and you're like, that dog's annoying, which is true.
It's 100% true.
Yep.
I'm not spreading rumors about your dog.
I totally understand.
Can you make sure that your mom listens to this episode?
No.
Can you tell your mom to suck it?
I'll let her know. Hey, Mom.
Gary says
suck it.
Now, do you like him better? Did you watch the Stranger Things? Are you a fan of that show?
I watched the first episode. I haven't finished it. I've started watching Broadchurch.
I gotta tell you, I did something
with that.
I talked about this the other day. There's almost no good parts about parenting, like ever. Like there are good, like the good parts of parenting are like amazing, super great, but they don't come around every day. Most of it is just having to do something. Basically, you give birth to someone, or you put your sperm inside someone who eventually gives birth to someone, and then you just work for that little person for the rest of your life. Basically, they just tell you what to do, and you do stuff. That's basic. And then occasionally you get little gems of joy. We stayed up all night and we finished the whole season, like a little sleepover thing.
Oh, nice.
I just ate a bunch of horrible junk food and watched this shit. Here's my complaint with the Stranger Things. No spoilers. Don't be an asshole. I'm not gonna give anything away. What I like about the show sometimes is like they'll slip in some stuff from the 80s.
Yeah.
And they won't make a big deal about it. You'll just look at it and go, I remember that. Mm-hmm. Oh, that makes me happy, right? It's like, I was a little kid. I remember playing that, or I remember drinking that. Mm-hmm. But sometimes, especially this season, they will just
hit you over the head with it.
They will just stop what they're doing, and just here's 5 minutes of me talking about Nintendo. I'm like, why the fuck, huh? Wait, like there was a scene toward the end of the series or the season. It's a pretty intense scene. Mm-hmm. Like, there's blood. There's a chance that a character may or may not make it. And everything stops. We no longer care. And they're doing a commercial for New Coke.
Oh, yeah.
And these two kids are just going back and forth. And it's just funny, haha, goof 'em up, New Coke stuff. I'm like, this person here,
might die.
Like this main character who we all care about, they may not make it after this, and you're taking time away from your hour and 17-minute episode. Listen, 45 minutes also. I love the show, but 45 minutes. We don't need hour 17s. In 45 minutes.
I agree with that.
Also, this show does something, and I don't know if I should say it or not, because people are going to get pissed. This show does something where they introduce a character that's not very important to the story, and not very important, and never been around before.
Are they redshirting her?
Yeah, I mean, he's dead, right? But they do something where it's like, even though you know this person's not important, will not come back, even if this person lives, he's not coming back for another season, right? He's just a person. They make you care about him in like the 2 episodes that he's in, so that when he finally does bite it, you're like, oh, hey, he was one of my favorites. And then you realize, no, he wasn't. I don't even know his fucking name. I don't know his name. But that season, well done.
Well, that's like, it's kind of happened with Walking Dead, where they introduced a lot of new characters in one of the seasons.
Well, they introduced characters simply to kill people off because they're running out of people.
But also, like, their main ones are simply leaving the show. Well, because they're just done. They've done this forever.
It's been on for, what, 10 years now?
Yeah. And so, but like, you had a chance to introduce these characters and they were around for a season, and then you just killed them all off. Mm-hmm. And then you had your main people left, and the main people, basically, the actors were like, maybe you should have kept some of those guys because we're gone. We're leaving. And that comic came to an end this week. Did you know that?
I heard. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't affected because I didn't really read it or anything. And from what I hear, that's got no bearing over this show going forever.
Yeah. Because... Well, I'll let you guys know. In the comic, the 2 main survivors are already dead on the show. So... so of course it's completely different.
I don't mind that so much, but I do mind how the creators have basically said, we have no plans to ever end this show ever.
Yeah, 35 years. We'll go 35 years.
I don't want them to. No show should go more than 5. Honestly, like
except WWE Raw, baby.
It's the longest running episode. That's a cheat, though, right? That's got to be a cheat. Oh, yeah. Listen,
whenever you've got to put in like little adjectives that deviate the type of show you have in order to fit it into like we're number 1.
But
number 1 comedy in America.
To be fair,
To be fair.
They get completely shafted when it comes to like Emmys and stuff. They have like
Well,
the
lately
best-
they deserved it, but like in the 90s, you should have had a 5-year run of Emmys.
I don't even think that's true. The production value has not changed. Like
Okay.
the like what they have to do with that live broadcast, the camera work and all that stuff. They should be up for technical Emmys every fucking year, and they're like, eh. Even NFL broadcasts are up for that shit.
Yeah.
So even if you don't want to call it entertainment, you just want to call it, if you want to put wrestling into sports.
And honestly, the best camera views that the NFL uses were invented by the original XFL.
I don't know about invented, but they were the first to implement.
They invented the
Vince McMahon wasn't sitting in an office somewhere.
Somebody in charge of the XFL invented
Kinda
that
like-
bat camera.
It's sort of
that
like
flies over 'em.
when people give Dr. Dre credit for inventing headphones. It's like he didn't do anything. You know that, right? Like he gave a dude money to put his name on something. He didn't. I just picture him with like a screwdriver making the perfect. Anyway,
He's like in the studio. He's like, this doesn't sound right, and he's just making it his own, Iron Manning that shit. Speaking of which, did you watch Spider-Man: Far From Home?
no,
You haven't watched it yet?
no,
Okay,
not yet.
cool.
I've been completely spoiled on it, so feel free.
Oh, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm just my theater experience. I went to the supposedly the only midnight showing they had of it was at 12:01 in their Dolby Atmos theater. Have you been to this yet?
No, sounds so annoying.
It's their like super great sounding theater supposedly, and you will remember that you went to a Dolby Atmos theater because there is about 17 ads for Dolby Atmos before the fucking
Why
thing.
would they advertise what you're already there to see?
I don't know. Oh, basically explaining it over and over again, like how great this sound is. And guess what?
Was it great?
Too fucking loud. Get the fuck out of
There
here
you
with
go.
this shit. And it sucks because
You know why I'm out? I don't need something making these fucking movies longer. Spider-Man should be 90 minutes. I'm guessing it's not 90 minutes.
it's almost 2 hours, but yeah.
Wait, almost 2 hours?
Yeah.
Or
it's
like-
right under 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I want to say 152, 153.
Fucking finally. These movies shouldn't be 2.5 hours long. It's fucking Spider-Man.
This movie's like a I don't want to say generic comic book movie, but it's like a nice little comic book movie. It's a nice little
Is it super connected to fucking Avengers bullshit?
No, like the only
Thank
real
God.
Avenger things you get are like some of the old like I Miss Tony moments.
But there's
But there's-
carryover, but there's not like you
it's
have to
not-
watch the next one to see what this
No,
one.
but yeah, and that was my biggest problem I think with the movie is like the only plot of the whole movie really was the two extra scenes.
Like the after credit.
Yeah,
post-credit
those were
thing?
the like I couldn't tell you like the plot of the movie was so ho hum, but like those two scenes I fucking clapped. I was happy with.
Dude,
And
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
It was the return. It was the return of
you
J.K.
clapped.
Simmons.
You clapped.
As soon as I saw him, I'm like, yes.
You clapped.
Yep, clapped.
God damn, we're never going.
And not my. Anyway,
fucking clap.
yeah,
At
it was
a
great.
fucking clap.
Great.
Did you hang out with Brett while he was here?
No, I didn't know he was in town.
Brett was here.
Did you hang out with him?
I did. Yeah.
You guys didn't call me. It's cool. You called me for a shitty hike at 102 degrees outside.
It was only
You can't-
97 that day.
You can't give me a call like, oh hey, our friend's in town.
I thought this was on Brett to do because it was Brett's thing. He called me. He said, "Hey, let's go get some coffee," and he didn't even get coffee. By the way, I had the
What do you get?
nothing.
Do you go to the coffee place around your corner? Mavericks?
I've been there once. It's for old dudes.
I want to go there. Like their ads
It's like
convinced me that their coffee is worth getting.
I had one coffee. Me and Brett went there once. I had a black. By the way, if you go there and you order a black coffee, they don't question you. I like that because any place else, like, what do you mean? What is that? What does that mean? What do you mean by that? What does that mean? What do you mean by that? What does that mean? They don't understand. But this is like, you gotta hang out with like just fucking old dudes and like old dudes in tight pants, and then when you walk around there's like pictures of Clint Eastwood on the wall and John Wayne. It's like, God, just give me the fucking coffee and stop with this. You don't have to.
You're making me want to go there even more.
I mean, we can go.
It's
if you
kinda
want
out-
to.
it's
You're
kinda
gonna.
out of my
Hey,
way.
we're gonna have to take off these hats if we go in there. They are not gonna allow.
They're
that.
gonna love these hats. We talk about.
They are not
These
gonna
are
love
like,
these
whoa!
hats.
I need to get one of those for my fly fishing trip.
It does look like we're about to go fly fishing. But you know what else we look like?
What?
We look like best friends, Jenks. And that's appropriate because today we have a tournament for these fucking people. It's the best friends tournament.
What happened with Brett? Why didn't he have coffee?
I don't know. He said, let's go get coffee. And then I said, okay, let's do something else. I wanted him to record something with me. I was like, get your coffee, meet me there. And then he didn't get the coffee. I'm the only one.
Met you there?
He just waited for me. I put him, like, he was, I hate making people wait.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't think I was making him wait because I thought he was.
With that.
Yeah, I know. I know that. Some people, are considerate. And some people, they're the only person that matters in their tiny little world. All right, we got
to I always, because I'm just so used to having my 9 minutes at work. That's what I give myself everywhere.
Okay, we got a best friends tournament.
Uh-huh.
These are best friends that I've plucked from television, movies. I think that's it. Maybe a video game or something. Now,
so one last thing about the Atmos.
What?
The Dolby Atmos, the sound.
Okay, yeah.
Here's why I think they needed it. They invented it.
Why?
Motherfuckers can't stop talking about movies. This is a problem over and over again.
So you just out loud the people?
They're out louding people. Because there would be a moment of silence, and I would hear a full-blown conversation to the right. And you're like, I would be hearing that the entire time if you guys weren't trying to out loud them. And it's like, get the fuck out of
Does it make you feel better when you hear this annoying chatter when it's about the movie?
No, not at all.
I get less angry.
It's less angry
when it's about the movie.
But I don't get, it doesn't, there's no pass involved.
No, they get no pass.
You're like, get the fuck out of here.
But if they're talking, like if someone's having a problem following something, I let that slide a little bit more than if someone's just saying, hey, you want to go get a pizza after the movie? I don't know who talks like that. I never heard that voice before.
For me, if it's about the movie,
it's always about the movie,
and it's just a loud whisper. Like you can tell they're trying to hush their voice, like, oh, is that the guy who did that or whatever? Like, I understand that, but still, you're not like that's like you're getting like instead of an F, you're getting like a D. Like that's not great.
If you go,
but it's when they're full blown. Oh man, what? No, you see what they're doing here is blah blah blah, and it's like get the fuck out of here.
This is kind of why they should allow text messaging in the theaters, because if you can text your questions to your buddy next door. I would listen. I've never been annoyed by like the glowing light of a phone in a theater ever. I don't even understand why that's an issue for people.
Okay.
If that stops them from having a conversation on their phone, light it up. Light up the sky. I don't give a shit.
No, I don't like that. It's
but also, some of those places where you can order your drinks and food and stuff, they give you notepads so that like when the waitress comes to you, they don't annoy. Yeah, so you can write your little notes to your buddies there too.
Instead of texting, we need to really get on the. Like how Uber, it's both ways. They can grade you as a passenger. When you're in that theater, you're signed up for usually a rewards program. Your username's on your app of who's in there and where they're sitting. So that I can if that person's talking afterwards, getting 0 stars. And once your overall rating gets below 2 stars, not allowed to go to a movie.
Nope.
You're out.
On-demand VOD for you, buddy.
You're done.
All right, we got the Best Friends tournament. Now, here's the thing. Last time we did a tournament, you got final say. The power was in your hands, and my job was to either agree with you or try to change your mind.
Okay.
My turn now, baby. I got final say, and there's one. We'll talk about it when we get there. But there's one matchup on this list that I did just because I'm a nice guy. We already know who won. I don't know. I put it up there for you and you only, just to show that I'll give Jenks a little something. So you're going to have to work hard to make me pick these people. But anyway, are you ready to start the tournament?
Yes.
To determine...
Write these down. I usually write these beforehand, but I'd always
Well, I got them written down. You just get the winners.
Okay.
You write down the winners. Now, we've said this before.
I'm just saying the reason I don't write them beforehand anymore because we always disagree and I'm always crossing shit out. And I'm like, nope.
I didn't fill out my bracket because of that same reason. We've said this before. This is solely based on opinion. However, when we come to the end of this tournament, these two friends will be the best friends. Almost as good as us.
These people will not receive any type of prize?
Nope. Well, I mean, these are all fake people, so we can't give them prizes.
I'm looking at a World's Best Dad Championship belt for my dad for his birthday coming up, so I'm pretty stoked about that. I can't wait to see his indifferent face when he's like, this is all you got me.
Hey, maybe you should have like Like you award. It's kind of like the hardcore title with Mick Foley. You award it to him, but next Father's Day you got to find another dad, and they got to go head to head on something, and make him climb a ladder, make him earn your fucking love. You know what? Oh, he's cared for you. Well, guess what? You're a big boy now. Carrying's over. Time to earn that belt. Anyway, are you ready?
Yep.
First matchup. Round one, we've got JD and Turk from Scrubs versus a very iconic duo,
Yeah.
Bert and Ernie from the Sesame Street. Now, did you watch Scrubs at all?
Yeah. Watched. I caught it when it was on syndication.
Like Comedy Central or whatever?
Exactly.
I fucking loved that show.
It's a good show.
It's one of those shows where, like, it had a run for, like, 4 or 5 seasons where untouchable, hilarious comedy, and then things happened. It's one of those shows where it's like the show gets canceled, and then another network picks it up, but they have to start all over again. Like, they have to renew all the contracts, and most of the people that were on that show, like Zach Braff was already making movies, you know. I mean,
to varying degrees.
He was making movies, and then some of the other like main cast, they just didn't want to fucking do anymore because it's been at that point they were on the air for 8 years, so they're like, we don't want to come back. So they managed to get all of them back, but like in very minor roles.
Yeah.
So then they took these other minor characters and they're like, oh, you're the stars now, and it was just so not entertaining at all.
It's so, like at a certain point you just got to give up. You're like, oh, that's not gonna happen.
It's the Simpson disease. Are you done here? Yes, we are. Are you still making shitloads of money? Yep. Well, you're never allowed. Like, Harry Shearer has those fucking Simpsons people by the balls, because honestly, every year when his contract's up, he's like, I don't want to do that anymore. Okay, here's another $75 million.
More money.
And now that Disney's got him, guess what? You will do this, Mr. Burns, until you are fucking dead. God, I can't believe you're going to be able to go to Disneyland at some point and ride the Simpsons ride. It's going to happen, Jenks. It's going to be great.
I don't like it at all.
I turned the corner with Disney. I thought they were the evil empire until I realized that they just make good shit. Like, why do I hate them? I know that they're taking choices away technically, but they're only making good stuff for me. I've not hated anything they've done, with the exception of Star Wars. And I don't even hate that. They've managed to make me not give a fuck about Star Wars. I don't care anymore. Anyway.
The new ones are better. Anyway,
back to JD and Turk.
Yep.
They had a relationship.
Great friendship.
Not once was a race episode. Like, there was never a race storyline where it's like, oh no, JD feels out of place because Turk's with his black friends or whatever. Because Turk was the whitest black dude I think that's ever been on television.
All right, I can see that.
But it was the most pure friendship I think I've ever seen on television.
It was
really
pure because it was so equal,
and
there was never like I guess in terms of like the TV, Turk was like sidekick, but he was never felt like a sidekick.
I don't even think he was meant to be a sidekick.
Yeah.
I know that Zach Braff's character was doing the monologues and he was technically the lead, but as the show went on, I think Turk got as much story and whatnot. His character progressed more than JD's character did.
Definitely.
I think he got married, and even when they got married, the friendships, it changed, but it didn't end, and it was great. When they're friends in real life, like these two guys are seriously best friends in real life.
Oh, nice.
And that, like, you can tell.
Translates.
Like, you can tell. Did you know the aforementioned Brett worked with those two guys?
Oh, really?
You've not seen this video?
No.
Oh, I will show you this video.
Right.
A few Christmases ago, Brett went to some mansion that was rented, and he shot a Christmas video with those two guys. I will play this for you. It's just know Brett's the third guy there that you cannot see behind the camera.
All right.
Bert and Ernie, though, classic.
They're classic, but there are rumors though.
What's the rumors?
That they're more than best friends.
You think they're lovers?
Yes, absolutely. Which I think disqualifies them.
No, it doesn't.
It totally does.
It doesn't because the great Michael Bolton said, "How can we be lovers if we can't be friends?" So by that logic,
I'm sorry. Taking my past relationships into account very easily. All right.
JD and Turk taught you everything you needed to know about friendship.
Gotcha.
Bert and Ernie touch everything you need to know about the important stuff too. Counting, the sharing, rubber duckies.
Who are you going with? It's your call.
I'm going JD Turk.
All right.
But I just want to, you got to give some love to Bert and Ernie. They
gave enough love to each other to disqualify them for this term.
Jesus Christ. Little,
I just think if they're married or a couple, you're not best friends anymore.
What are the odds?
You have to keep it platonic.
What are the plutonic?
This is why we're staying best friends, sir.
What are the odds that you type into Pornhub Bert and just a bunch of gross shit comes up as soon as you type that? You know what? I understand you can be into whatever you're into. Mm-hmm. If you're into this, I'm not shaming you, you fucking pervert. Fucking jerk off to it. Because you know what? I've jerked off to some pretty questionable things myself. I'm just saying, who sits down and goes, you know what would really get me hard? To watch Marge Simpson go down on Bart Simpson. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, those are weird.
And the thing is, if you go to Pornhub and you just type in anything, right? Just type in, you can type into Pornhub super boring ordinary sex, right? And you watch a video of super boring ordinary sex. In the corner, there's a little thumbnail
little ad
of Homer Simpson going to town on Peter Griffin. It's like, what the fuck? I don't want this necessarily.
It is some weird animated stuff.
And now that's the only way I can come.
That's it.
I can't even watch Bugs Bunny with the kid anymore without making things awkward. Next matchup.
Have you seen the one where Bugs Bunny uses the gun? Anyway, go ahead.
It's a carrot. But next matchup, we got. I put Batman down, but we're going Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
I feel like Bruce Wayne is really the friend here.
All right.
Bruce Wayne and Alfred versus Xavier and Magneto. What's Magneto's name? Is it James? John?
No, it is. How the fuck am I forgetting this?
Is it Tommy?
No.
Tommy Magneto.
You look it up right now.
I don't think it's important. Those guys aren't going to win.
That's pretty. What do you mean they're not going to win? You think first of all, Alfred and Bruce Wayne?
Well,
not even friends, let alone best friends.
What are they then?
It's like a father-son type thing. He's like a.
Ooh, wait a minute.
He's like looking after him.
Wait a minute. You just by accident swayed me right now. Because you're right. They're not friends. It's not even father. This fucking employee and boss. They
have a solid employee-boss relationship. He's part of the company. And he's made him feel so part of the company that he's eschewed his entire life for this guy's own benefit.
Wow.
Like Alfred's he's found his meaning in helping him and like making his life about work. Which is a terrible thing to do.
Look, the reason I can trust you, the reason I know that we're friends, besides the fact that you bought me this bitchin' hat.
Oh yeah.
Is the fact that you get nothing from this relationship. You get absolutely nothing from this. You gain nothing from me being in your life. Which is why I know that you're my friend.
Yeah.
Because honestly, hit the road. What you gonna lose? Nothing, right? In fact, you'd save yourself $15 for not having to buy this hat for someone. So that's why but if you were on the payroll, if I was signing your checks and you were my friend, I would never be sure if I really won the argument. I'd never be sure if you really wanted to be there for my birthday party or whatever, which you didn't come to last year, which is totally fine.
It's busy.
Hey, we all got stuff to do.
Yep.
Anyway, Magneto and Xavier.
Yeah, Magneto's name is Eric, by the way.
Eric. That's not a good super villain name at all. I bet it's with a C, too.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Or was it a K?
K's, I can accept
It was a K.
Oh, okay, all right, fine. But they're always at odds.
Yep. They're always at odds, but always there when they need each other.
Yeah, and even when they're going head to head, they still respect each other. They still kind of love each other.
Yeah.
And if things went the other way for one of them, there would be no issues because they feel they're pretty much 95% aligned with everything.
Yeah.
It's just that 5% that makes one of them want to fucking kill everybody, and the other one,
try to save everybody.
Who
you going with?
I gotta go Xavier Magneto. You did change my mind there by accident,
nice.
but you did
by accident.
You did, yeah.
Telling you the facts.
All right, this next matchup's tough. It's two classics, two roommates also. We got Laverne and Shirley from Laverne and Shirley versus Wayne and Garth from Wayne's World and SNL.
So this is a fun matchup because unlike JD and Turk, there's clearly a sidekick situation here with both of these.
I don't believe this to be. Okay, Garth is the sidekick, 100%. But there is no. It's Laverne and Shirley. There's no sidekick.
I'm sorry. How many sweaters have an S on them?
That she wore on the show, I would say probably 0.
All right then. All right.
How does that? That's her personal choice. So what she wants to wear.
That's a personal choice.
Schlemiel, Schlemazel. The rest of it.
Whose name goes first?
It sounds better.
Shirley and Laverne.
That doesn't sound like a hit
Shaverne.
TV show. Shaverne. If they were if they were a hot celebrity couple, that's what they.
Shaverne.
Lirley. Shaverne and Lirley, we can make that show and they wouldn't sue us. They couldn't do it. I think they're all dead too, so fuck them.
Somebody's gonna sue us.
Gary Marshall's dead. Penny Marshall's dead. Is Shirley dead?
Somebody's grandkid would be like, they're stepping on the
Cindy Williams estate has a letter for you.
Jesus.
You know why I think Wayne and Garth go ahead?
Why?
Because you will never see. There was never a sketch that only featured Wayne. There's never going to be a Wayne's World 3 with no Garth. There was an entire fucking season of Laverne and Shirley, still called Laverne and Shirley, where Shirley just left. She just moved out, she went away, and she was not a part of the show anymore.
So I was right.
Yeah, you were right. I just wanted to, we got to talk about it first. So Wayne and Garth move on.
Gotcha.
You would think that would be prime to bring back. They're always bringing back shit, making other sequels and stuff. They're always threatening us with that Austin Powers 4. Why not a Wayne's World 3?
Yeah, I'm game for Wayne's World 3.
Honestly, I don't think Mike Myers... I think his last few movies have been shit.
What was his last one?
His last one was Love Guru, I believe.
Oh, really? Yeah, I never watched it. It looked terrible. Why would people watch it?
Honestly, one of the worst fucking movies I've ever seen. However... He's still funny when he pops up places. He kind of cashed it in though.
Speaking of cashing, I saw Adam Sandler's new movie, The Murder Mystery.
Okay, I said that it was one of his better movies just because it was inoffensive and not annoying.
Murder Mystery?
He wasn't doing a weird voice.
Yeah,
I mean he was.
I thought the few jokes that landed were good enough. Where I'm all like, this is fine. It's on Netflix. It's a movie I watched with my mom and little sister. It's a movie we're all going to enjoy this. There's nothing about this that's going to be so it was just 2 days ago. It was I made some pizza. We're going to watch a movie. It was perfect. It was this is all I want. And it's what Adam Sandler seems to want to make. It's I got a couple of these jokes and that's it.
And you put that up against the rest of his Netflix movies and it's night and day. I think he tried, the problem...
It's a lot like that movie Night and Day.
The problem... I like Night and Day. I like it.
Too.
The problem I have with Adam Sandler is it's not that he's not trying. Because he's... he doesn't phone it in. He tries every movie. It just sucks so bad. And this time...
I think he phones it in a little bit.
I think this one is the one where he phoned it in the most.
Yeah.
And it's this is what I want. Because, you know what? I would never... And you know what they said?
Give me that script that gets me that free trip to Europe.
Yeah, they broke some sort of Netflix record, which, by the way, I don't believe any of those fucking things because Netflix doesn't tell you anything. But they said if the movie had been released in theaters, it would have made $250 million.
Yeah, but that's it.
No, it wouldn't have.
Yeah, I would not have seen this in theaters.
No, there's no way I would have gone to see it. And then the other dumbasses are saying, well, it's free. It isn't free either. We still paid for it, but the reason
I always put it's $1. I always say, because I watch a ton of the TV shows. But movie-wise, I'll watch 10 movies a month on Netflix.
The only reason I would have paid...
movie, not a problem.
The only reason I would have paid to see Murder Mystery... But by the way, boring fucking title. You called your movie the genre that it is, which is weird. But the only reason I would have paid to see this movie is if it were playing in my bedroom at 6:15 in the morning when I watched it. And I don't think that would happen, so I didn't...
I wouldn't have been paid. I would have been I'll wait for this on TBS.
This is a TBS. This should be a TBS original movie. Anyway, Wayne and Garth move on.
Go for it.
All right, next up, we're staying topical, Jenks. We're going Buzz and Woody versus Sean and Corey. Sean and Corey.
Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World versus these. See, Sean and Corey, they are friends. Lifelong friends. Been friends since they were tiny little boys. Buzz and Woody started off on the wrong foot.
So that's what the best friends usually come from.
That's right.
So I remember when we met, we were on.
Why am I still wearing the hat and you're not wearing the hat?
I don't know. I got hot. Took the hat off.
I'm still doing okay. I look hot. See, in the hat. Okay, so Buzz and Woody.
Yeah, they started off on the wrong foot.
Right.
Had to meet challenges together. Grew tighter.
Yep.
Even like
So tight.
in Toy Story 2, where they had the split again.
Well, I mean, it's the same movie 4 times in a row now.
I haven't seen the fourth one. You?
Yep.
Good. My sister liked it.
There's no reason why it should be this good still. Seriously, it's the same movie.
They're so good at like spacing it out that like instead of like, oh, we'll just do a DVD release of the new no, here's another one.
I honestly, I'm game for Toy Story 5 as long as it comes out in 2028.
Nope.
I'm totally fine with that. There's no reason.
Yeah, they're not pushing it hard.
Then again, Tom Hanks, I don't know what state he's going to be in 10 years from now. And hopefully Tim Allen's dead, long dead. So, I mean, and by the way, that Buzz Lightyear doesn't need to be in these movies anymore. He's not a part of these movies. He's just kind of there.
Yeah.
The fucking Potato Head is more of a character. By the way, did you know how they did that?
Oh.
They took all the movies and the video games and Don Rickles' voice and they just pieced together his entire role.
Oh, wow.
He didn't record anything. God damn those Pixar people. You don't even need to talk to Tim Allen.
That's how Disney's going to replace Harry Shearer.
No, they have that British kid. Have you seen him? There's a guy. There's some kid, some British YouTube guy can do perfect Harry Shearer voice match for all of the Simpsons characters he does.
Give him $150,000 a year.
And he's like 20.
Bring him in.
Harry Shearer's died 2 years ago.
Like if he's got a shit job right now, just sign him up for a 20-year contract.
Well, he's making hundreds of thousands of dollars on YouTube, so he's got the best job in the world.
Fucking YouTube.
Hey, we made $5 off this podcast. Very good. Okay, so Sean and Corey.
Yep.
Thick and thin.
Yep.
Thick as thieves, man. Corey saved Sean from a cult. Remember that? Corey was there when Sean's father passed.
Yep.
Who was also the voice of
All
Slinky
these
Dog,
terrible
by the
things
way.
happened to Sean.
No, Corey got married.
To Topanga, the sweetheart of all of our hearts.
I was an Angela fan.
Oh, no, it was all about Topanga.
She's a huge, for some reason, a huge wrestling fan and close personal friends with Leo Rush, of all people. Of all people.
Leo Rush.
Of all people.
Is he still with the company?
Yeah. I mean, because contracts. But just of all people, like she seems like the sweetest person, like in real life, and she's friends with the biggest dick in professional wrestling, perhaps. Doesn't make any sense. No. Opposites attract, I guess. Just like me, kind-hearted, sweet soul, and then you.
Just the black heart.
Yep, thoughtless prick. Okay, so who's got the better friendship though here? I'm on the fence with this one because Boy Meets World, they were friends till the end, and then Toy Story here, if you watch anything past the second one, Buzz Lightyear's not even in the movie. So I mean, their friendship doesn't come up much.
My personal pick would be Corey and Sean.
Let's do it. Move them on.
Just because, you're right. Buzz, Corey and Sean, it's one of those things they chose to be together. Buzz and Woody got thrown in the same toy bin.
And Woody tried to actively kill Buzz Lightyear many times. By the way, we all love Tom Hanks.
Yes.
I think that guy is fucking awesome, and he's a great actor. For the first time ever, and I know I'm a bit late to this, but yesterday, for the first time ever, I watched Forrest Gump for the first time.
Oh, wow.
I always felt like I just know what it is, right?
I've seen that.
I've seen enough.
It's in the collective consciousness.
I've seen enough. I've seen enough parodies. I've heard enough people. I've seen enough clips. I don't need to see it, right? I watched it. First of all, 2 hours, 26 minutes. Fuck you, Robert Zemeckis. Also, and I'm going to say this, and I mean this, and I love Tom Hanks. Gary Sinise is the only tolerable part of that fucking movie. Forrest Gump's an asshole. Jenny's an asshole.
Jenny is an asshole.
The special effects do not hold up.
1996.
I know, but if you're watching it on a TV that came out in the last 5 years, God damn. Remember Conan O'Brien used to do...
I don't subscribe to any of these takes you have on Forrest Gump.
Remember when Conan O'Brien used to have like Bill Clinton on the show and it was just a picture of Bill Clinton and somebody else doing the mouth?
Yes.
That's what JFK looked like to me. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I know it's 1994. And those are very good special effects for 94. The helicopter stuff and the war stuff, that looked good. And there are enough moments in the movie to where I'm going, Tom Hanks deserved the Oscar because he's performing the hell out of this bullshit script. It's a horrible movie. Terrible.
There's a book sequel.
He goes to space.
The guy who wrote the first book hated the movie so much, and like the first line of the second book is like, "Don't ever let somebody make a movie out of your book."
I just don't like it. Anyway, I don't think it's a good movie.
Understood. Next one up. This is a good match you got for us.
Yep.
I think this was a good pairing.
Yep.
Because like the relationship between these two.
You don't think I work on these things? You don't think I put thought into these things?
Not at all. Anyway. Here we go. We got Lucy and Ethel.
That's right.
Versus Jerry Seinfeld and George Can't Stand You.
That's right. Can't stand you. I have a pitch for Lucy and Ethel here.
Go for it.
I think that
thanks.
First of all, I don't think either of these two friendships are great because in this you take all four of them.
Yep.
You got three bad people, three selfish people, and Ethel. That's right. That's all you got. Yeah. So Ethel.
But I think Lucy and Jerry both treat their friend the same way as they use them.
But George deserves it more than Ethel
George does deserve it.
But on the other hand, Ethel got to go to fucking Hollywood. Ethel got to meet John Wayne. Like, she got to capitalize more on Lucy's stuff. And Jerry Seinfeld, what did he ever do for George?
George made an app that made him a millionaire.
Made an app?
Yeah. You didn't see it?
No.
Where George made an app that
there were no apps in 1990 whatever.
First of all, you need to catch up on the series. Anyway...
I don't want to.
George made an app that allows you to find the most suitable public restrooms at any point wherever you are through the GPS system.
It's the most useless app I've ever heard of.
That is the greatest app.
I would never use it.
If you had to go to the bathroom right now.
Yeah, in that bush right there.
No, dude. I would love an app like that where it just tells me like, oh, hey, this one's clean, individual spot. You can... That would be great. I would love it. To know that I didn't have to use a public restroom, like, that's crappy. It's like, I want, like, oh, this one's great. It's clean.
So, where's your head here, then? You're saying George
I'm going Jerry and George.
Because George made an app.
No, because I think, in the end, they were more equal than Lucy and Ethel will ever be.
Yeah, plus
Lucy's...
Lucy got to fuck Ricky. And then, I mean, listen.
Fred, like, man...
Why was Fred 35 years older than everybody else on that show?
It's funny, though.
Huh?
He was a funny man, though.
He was funny. What's his name? William Frawley? Is that his name?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
It's from many weeks at my grandma's house.
I used to watch it all the time.
Yeah, it was on. It's been. I think it's technically the longest running show as far as like it just never left the air. It was on in 1950 whatever and.
Stayed on.
Fucking kept going. Still on today, right? You can
Somewhere.
They do the colorized. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen the color. I don't like it.
On CBS, on like I think it's once a month. They'll do I Love Lucy and Dick Van Dyke. Which, by the way, Dick Van Dyke, one of the greatest shows of all time. I think it might be I think it might be the most underrated show of all time because it's a show that came out in the 50s about television production that holds fucking up. What other comedy can you think of? From 50 years ago that holds up. It's still on it. What?
Newhart?
That's not from 50 years ago. It's from like late 70s.
Early 70s is 50 years ago.
Really? Then Dick Van Dyke's even better. It's like 65 years ago. So you want to go Jerry and George? I just think I think Lucy cares about Ethel.
I think she cares about Ethel to a degree, but whenever it became like I've got to choose something. It's going to get in the way of what I really want. She always sidesteps Ethel and her great advice and like gets into the trouble anyway.
But
there are times where Jerry gets his comeuppance, which is funny.
Okay, fine.
It's your choice.
Fine, Jerry George.
Sorry, George.
All right, this next matchup is the one I just threw in just to please you.
Oh,
I've already made my choice. I don't even know who these characters are, so you can go ahead and try to change my mind. But we got the Doctor, whoever that is, and his companion, whoever they are.
Whichever ones.
Versus Sam, a beloved character from Quantum Leap, and Al.
So how come Al never let Sam come home?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I have a question. Explain because I honestly don't know. Explain the relationship between, and please keep it under 45 minutes. Like, who are they? How do they get matched up? How do they know each other?
They just kind of run into each other.
The Doctor and the companion.
Somebody he like runs into. It turns out to be somebody who can grasp what he's going through and also ground him in a certain reality. Like the best companions challenge the Doctor and make him more human because he's not actually human.
Okay. He's an alien?
Yeah, it's from Gallifrey.
Didn't know that.
I had a friend made me a great glass.
I thought Gallifrey was in Scotland.
No, man. Check out this glass I'm going to show it to you. But anyway,
your question was, why didn't Al let Sam come home?
Yeah.
That's a ridiculous question.
Boom. Check out that glass. Jenks, and then that's a seal of Resilon. It's a Gallifreyan seal.
Great glass, great gift, terrible podcast to show me a picture on an audio format. But it is pretty cool. Yeah. No, explain your question.
We started with the gag about bucket hats we're both wearing, and you're like,
no. That one person's still wearing that you are not wearing anymore. Okay, explain your question though. Why didn't Al let Sam come home?
Al knows he's gone, right? Like he helps him on these travels. I've only watched a couple episodes.
Right, he helps him. He helps him with information that he needs.
How about this information?
Sure.
How do I get home?
He doesn't know.
Why doesn't Al know?
Because Al didn't.
In the end, did Al know?
No, he didn't.
He's a liar. Al's a liar.
Okay, if you want to go with just what the show gives us, the show in the last episode, the show basically spells out that Sam can come home whenever he wants. He is in complete control. He's in charge, and he chooses not to go home to continue doing good. Right? Al doesn't even know how this works. Al just works for the government. He didn't build the machine. He doesn't know how the machine works. And in the actual, if you want to go what was actually written, the real ending of the show was Sam getting trapped in time and having to keep go, and Al figuring out a way where he can go in, chase him, and bring him back. That was never aired, so if you don't want to accept that, I'm cool with it. Either way it goes, it's not Al's fault he's there.
Do they develop a friendship?
Of course they do.
Like how?
I mean,
do they know? They talk about
Well, here's the funny. Al knows a lot about Sam's life that Sam has forgotten. That Al will not tell him. Like he's got a daughter and a wife, because it would compromise. It would compromise what he has to do. Sam wouldn't be able to go out there and make out with people and pretend to be people's husbands and wives. If
friendship, that's a terrible friendship right there. It's built around lies.
I mean,
and deceit.
Lies that Sam set up.
So basically, these two people are kind of trapped.
One of them is.
In their situation.
Yeah, one of them is. Al can technically quit whenever he wants, which is why he's a good friend, because he chooses not to.
Does he choose not to because out of guilt?
No.
But he chooses not to tell him about the love of his life, the daughter he doesn't have, or he has but doesn't remember.
His wife.
It would compromise some bullshit mission.
No, his wife asked Al to not tell him about her so that he can continue on doing the things he has to do. And
so she can continue on seeing somebody behind his back.
I mean, you know what?
Yeah. If you're married and your wife told me, like, hey, don't tell him about me sleeping around because it would upset you. It'd be tough for you to live your life.
Yeah.
Guess what I'm going to do? Because guess what? Because I'm a better friend than Al. I'm going to fucking tell you.
Hey, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. All right, you know what? Fucking Doctor moves on.
Yes.
Fuck him. Fuck that guy. You're right. Fucking cheat on me, will you? All right, here we go. Here we go.
Truth above all things,
right,
Gary.
And they get the honor of losing in the next round. But
what?
We got Sean and Ed from Shaun of the Dead versus Sean and Gus from Psych. Did you watch Psych?
Love Psych so much.
I was hoping you'd say that. I thought that you would. I thought you didn't watch it.
No, I watched it.
I thought you wouldn't like it.
No, what?
I don't know. I just thought that it's a show that you wouldn't.
I really enjoyed that show.
It's a show that it really just kept getting better.
Yeah.
It never got like, it never reached a peak.
It grew into itself.
Yeah.
That's why like the movies they're doing feel so, I don't know if organic's the right word, but it feels like a continuation instead of like, it's a cash in. It's like, no, we got some more stories and we're growing as people, and here we are 5 years later.
And what
here
I like is
10 years
like
later.
this show started with, it was like a crime of the week. Kind of like Monk. That's
like
why
an episodic, like, you know.
it was paired with Monk on USA because it was basically the same show.
Yeah.
But then as it went on,
Awkward detective. Yep.
as it went on, like the last 2 seasons became just parodies. Every episode was a parody of another movie.
Yeah.
They had the Twin Peaks episode, and they would always bring the cast of the movie. Like the Clue episode.
Yeah.
They brought the cast of Clue in to do the Clue episode. And that was like every single week. They were the first show to do the musical episode. Scrubs did a musical episode about, I don't know, a year later. But I think Scrubs or Psych was the first one to actually do it.
And then Psych's minor characters, they all gave them like, they were still minor characters, but they gave them some meat to the characters.
Yeah,
You know, there was some
and
stuff
a lot of
to
them
it.
came back for most of it. Like even Jaleel White's character, he would come back. And Jaleel White was in. What was he like? He was a member of like a boy band or something, or like an R&B band that like turned to Jesus or something. The show's so good, and just like the other Sean, these two are childhood friends as well.
My favorite. Do you know how they're best friends for life? When they're planning on buying houses together side by side, and they're all, yeah, of course, with the pool goes across both ends, right? And they're all, yeah, of course.
You know what?
That's great.
That would be fucking cool.
Because you still have a pool, because you got to sacrifice a pool for a yard.
Yeah.
You got both because they're best friends and they're giving you half.
But now let's talk about Sean and Ed.
Yep.
Sean is kind of a loser, but he's got some stuff going for him. But Ed is a loser, right? Ed's a big time loser.
Yep.
And he's dragging Sean down. So while Sean, I think, is a really good... Sean might be the best friend.
Yeah.
On
Even
this
took
list.
care of him after being turned into a zombie.
Spoilers. But yeah.
2004.
Yeah. I mean, fucking Gyllenhaal dies in Spider-Man. Fuck it. I haven't even seen the movie, and I'll spoil that shit. Unless I was lied to. Yeah, judging by the... Okay, he could have been dead. Yeah, Sean's a good friend.
Yeah.
Ed is a bad friend, right?
Yep. Crashes a car, puts them in jeopardy just so he can drive the Jag.
Also, I don't like the way he's looking at his wife.
Yep.
Or his mom. Barbara, I don't like that.
Well, I didn't like that until like her husband dies. Then it's free game.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it.
Then you're two consenting adults.
Yep.
But Bill Nye, not the science guy but the other one.
So you're going Sean and Gus?
I'm going Sean and Gus.
Yeah, it's a good pickup.
All right. Final round. Final matchup.
Yeah,
Troy and Abed in the morning versus Liz and Jack. Liz Lemon and Jack Donaghy.
Once again, this is a tough one.
Did you not watch this show?
I watched them both sparingly. So with Community,
Yeah.
one of them doesn't come back for a season.
I didn't watch that season.
I didn't watch it either.
Who doesn't come back? Donald Glover doesn't come back?
Glover doesn't come back
Okay,
for the Yahoo season.
Well, you know what, though? How about we don't talk about that season?
All right. Not including that season, they win this hands down because the other one's an employer-employee relationship again.
All true, but they proved, well, not for the entire series. They weren't.
Yeah.
At some point, she didn't work there anymore.
Yeah.
And he went to sail around the world. Did you see that? The last episode? No. The last episode was he quit, and he was going to sail around the world until he came up with a brilliant idea, and he got in a boat, and he sailed for all of 8 seconds, and then he came up with a new idea for a washer-dryer combo, and he's like, I'm back. That's a show I slept on that show. I wasn't a big Tracy Morgan guy.
I like Tracy Morgan. The downfall of that show was Jane Krasinski? What's her name?
Krakowski? What do you mean? She's
terrible.
great.
Terrible in that.
She's better.
Hate that character so much.
She's better on Kimmy Schmidt, I think.
And then she plays that same character in some commercials.
Oh, the yogurt or butter.
I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's like it's the same character and it's annoying. It's like no.
I'm just the level of comedy though in that show. Is fuck. I could when I wasn't a Tracy Morgan guy, so I didn't watch it. I wasn't completely in on Tina Fey. Like I didn't know how good she was.
You don't like women or blacks. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean they're minorities for a reason, obviously.
Women, there's way more women than there are men right now. Anyway.
No, I mean like quality of person.
Those are the comments of Gary Lee.
Yeah.
Does not
Co-signed by Jenks. Co-signed by
does
Jenks.
not mean I believe in any of it.
Basically, I didn't know how funny Tracy Morgan could be outside of SNL.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't know how funny Tina Fey was because I had only seen her do SNL stuff, and I didn't really know that she was pretty much the head writer and all that stuff, right? So I didn't watch it originally. Mm-hmm. I barely watched it this year. I finished the whole thing and never.
I catch it sparingly still. I've never watched it all the way through.
It's just so fucking like the amount of Tina Fey must be a really nice person because the amount of guest stars they got, and not just like guest stars, but like Matt Damon was on 2 seasons of that show. And that's, Matt Damon in 2000, even now, but I mean, Matt Damon in 2008.
He turned down the Jake Gyllenhaal role in Spider-Man.
Good.
What is he doing?
I like a Gyllenhaal more. Like, I'll take a Gyllenhaal over. I think
Gyllenhaal was better.
I would rather hang out with a Damon. But I would rather watch a Gyllenhaal.
Yep.
Unless the first name is Maggie, in which case go fuck
Maggie's
yourself.
great.
In what? What is
Secretary?
Didn't see it. I didn't see it.
It's great.
She was bad in as Katie Holmes' replacement.
No, she's way better than Katie Holmes.
I'm not afraid to wear the bucket hat you bought me and it hit you in the fucking face. By the way, if you get beaten up by a guy wearing a bucket hat, kill yourself. you just don't. All right, let's get this over with.
Who are you picking for this?
I gotta go Troy Nobby as well,
right.
But it's just. I don't know. You know what I like about one thing I forgot to mention about they did the whole Jack and or Sam and Diane storyline with Tina Fey and Alec Baldwin, the entire fucking series. Never did it, and I you know what? Even them, I was like, they're gonna get together.
No,
never did. Fucking love that.
Good. All right.
He
Round
settled
2
with Selma Hayek, which is, by the way, again, no offense to you, Tina Fey. Upgrade, big time.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna burn through these next ones because I'm fucking burning up.
I'm doing
now.
better. You're looking.
Look at me.
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Once again on the sun's side.
Fuck you.
The sun's over here.
The sun's behind us. Let me tell you something.
How much sun is touching you?
Not a lot.
How much sun is touching me?
Not a lot.
More than you?
Yes.
All right then.
All right, what's the next matchup? Let's do it.
JD and Turk versus Xavier and Magneto. The great thing about this one too is I think JD and Turk would dress up like Xavier and Magneto.
Yep. Were you thinking JD is Magneto in your head?
No, yeah, and Turk is Xavier, of course, because of all this.
That's what I was doing. I gotta go JD Turk.
Boom, that's a good pick.
Yep. Friends to the end, baby. Next matchup.
Wayne and Garth versus Corey and Sean.
Oh, this is tough, but I got it again. I could definitely, like, even on Girl Meets World, when I brought that shit back, it slowly became all about Corey and Sean yet again. So gotta go Corey Sean.
Going Corey Sean.
Corey Sean. Next matchup.
Jerry and George versus the Doctor Who and his and her companions.
Jerry and George, because I don't give a fuck about that show. I don't know anything about that show.
You're wrong, but it's fine. We'll move on.
Yeah, well, friends let friends make mistakes.
Sean and Gus versus Troy and the Bed. This is a big one.
That's a tough one because here's the thing. Here's why I'm going Sean and Gus.
All right.
Because Abed and as much as they were fun to watch, there is no such friendship that exists like that. That is a fake. Those are characters I'm watching. But again, just like Sean, just like Turk and JD.
Sean and Gus.
What's his name? Dule Hill
and Buster something.
No, Dule Hill and
Buster's his fake name.
The actors are fucking friends, and it even showed when they started writing and directing the episodes. So I gotta go Sean and Gus.
Boom. All right. Next round, JD and Turk versus Corey and Sean.
That's another tough one. I think in a perfect world, Sean and Corey, they witnessed a murder.
All right.
They went into the witness protection program, changed their names to JD and Turk, and they became doctors.
It's a terrible setup you got going.
JD and Turk.
All right.
They had guy love.
All right. Jerry and George versus Sean and Gus.
Sean and Gus. They're two.
This is the final I thought we were gonna have.
Really?
And we should have.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
JD and Turk.
Yeah.
versus Sean and Gus from Psych.
Very similar.
Boom. Who's going to be the champion? They are very similar in racial makeup.
Yeah. They both wear makeup. Okay. Here's what. They're very even, very equal. Even as far as like the actual characteristics of these guys, like the way they act with each other is pretty close to similar. But I give the edge to Turk and JD only because Sean kind of, like, Gus does kind of, like, he has his moments, and Sean's there for him, but he does go along for the ride a lot.
Sean does kind of, like, he puts them in the situation that, like, where he wants to go. He drives them to where they go.
When it's a Gus episode, you feel like it's a Gus episode. But you never watch an episode of Scrubs that's about Turk and go, oh, this is a Turk episode.
Yeah.
It's just another episode.
Exactly.
I think they got the better friendship. I'm going the official best friends.
Champions of best friends.
Best friendom.
Actual runners up to Gary Lee and Jenks.
That's true. 100% true. But for we weren't in the tournament. So winner of this tournament and official BFFs.
JD and Turk.
That's right.
And I think that's the right team won.
I think,
I totally agree with all of your things. Sean and Gus, I mean, hell of a runners up.
Yep.
Congratulations, clapping for you, even though you hate clapping. Nice job.
Okay. There you go. So their friendship will never match the friendship that we have developed in this hot, sweaty, steamy car over the last 45 minutes, but they are the champions of the Best Friends tournament. If you have your own ideas as to who should be, maybe we made the wrong choice. Maybe we were tough. Maybe Jenks is getting distracted because a lady just walked out of a car.
Out of nowhere, right behind us. We are in the back of a parking lot where nobody should be parking.
No, when I wasn't clapping and you called me out on it, I was watching. I got distracted as well. Because honestly, it looked like the car was empty for the whole time. And anyway, that's the episode, guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you would like to tell us that we got this wrong, even though we know
we got it right,
we know we got this one right. Email the show. How would they do that, Jenks?
Oh shit! You can email us at ncrpodcast@yahoo.com.
There you go. I don't know what the fuck happened. Is it the heat?
No, I remembered. I just remember we got an email from somebody.
Right.
By email, he just messaged me.
Okay.
He wanted us to tackle a problem that I promised I would not Google. Why do they call them pants? Why is it plural? Is there such a thing as pant?
I mean, there's a pant leg.
There's a pant leg. Here's my, like, I made the decision not to Google this or try to find any other thing. My thinking is, at some point, we went from single hole openings,
right,
loincloths, skirts, and whatever, to the double hole. And that double hole is why it's plural. Because there's no such thing as a pant.
I think it went from pantaloons to shorten that, which is pants.
Pant.
Yeah. Pantaloons shortened to pant.
Would be short for pantaloon as well.
Maybe sweaty dogs make them.
My thinking, like the way I thought about it,
who do you
was
hang out with
we're coming from a single hole opening.
Is this ox
to the
cart?
double hole? No.
By the way, single hole opening.
This is a shout out to Tyler Bjarke. He's the one who sent in this question. Been listening to the podcast. He's been on the back episode. Says we're hilarious.
Hey, you're right.
Boom. So that's my thinking. My thinking is it's the double hole opening.
First of all, Tyler, all questions should be fielded towards.
He asked for the email, and then I was like, just send me the question. I got you.
Yeah, you like to have a little power around here. That's fine.
Yeah. Oh, well, like, so I don't know if it'll make the show. And I'm like, I'll make sure it makes the show. Here we are, making the show.
We just talked about fake best friends for an hour. Everything makes the show. Hey, Tyler, any other fucking question you might have, probably gonna make the show. I don't care if hey, ask the same question next week. It'll make the show. You done? You look like you're done. You look like you've been done for quite some time.
Fucking, I'm so
Put your fucking hat on and finish this with the hat.
All right. Let's get this hat on.
Finish it with the hat, Jenks. Don't. All right.
Boom.
Very complicated hat. Okay, bye, guys.
Flipped up. Ready to go. Oh, it's actually cooling with the hat on now.
Bye.
This is weird.
See ya.
Laters.
How do I stop it?
I think you hit the button.
No, I don't.